Hey, welcome back traders to another market outlook where I'll let you know what is going to happen in the marketplace for S&P 500 and Nasdaq futures. Now remember, this is not financial advice. These is just my opinions. I'm not a licensed financial advisor. This video is for entertainment purposes only. But if you'd like this kind of video, you can help me out by giving this video a like and subscribing. And I hope you would join me and hang out in my live stream tomorrow, Sunday morning at 9:30. But let's go ahead and jump to the chart. I have S&P 500 pulled up right here. This is the June contract and I'm on the weekly chart. So last week I was looking for price to come up back into this weekly SIBI. Now we can still do that. So last week we did rally up to about 50% of this lower wick and we're just kind of hanging around this area. So far on the weekly, a little unsure exactly where it's going to go. We do have relative lows, we have sell side down here, and we have internal buy side liquidity over here. So let's go ahead and jump into the daily chart. You can see last week was a pretty tough trading week. It was mostly consolidation on the daily chart. Now, if you look back at this daily SIBI, I was really watching closely to see if this is going to be used as support to bounce us up to this weekly SIBI. That was the idea that I favored last week, and I still kind of favor it. It's just a little bit unsure until we definitely stay above this SIBI. As you can see, we have relative lows built in right here, and we do have lower sell side. So we could just fall out of bed and go for the sell side. So going into this week is a little bit indecisive. Definitely still keep your eye on the SIBI. I want to see it used as support. You can see last week, if I zoom in, we did go down and when we closed above 50%. So these 2 days, the body of the candle is above 50% of this daily SIBI. So that is kind of a signal, but I will also keep an eye on 50% of this daily wick. Now taking a look at the 4-hour, you can see that I don't really like how we have buy side here, but we took the buy side and then here we took the buy side again, whereas the sell side is kind of just building up. Now, if you look down over here, I'm not seeing any inefficiencies or anything like that. So if we do take out these lows, which is okay, we can take out those lows, but I would like to just see a sweep of the lows, meaning it goes down to take the sell side and then we come right back up, ideally above this daily SIBI. And then if we do get above this daily SIBI, I want to see price come down to either the top or the middle and not get into the lower half, at least not the bodies. And I want to see that use as support to come for the buy side above here and back into that weekly SIBI. Now jumping to Nasdaq, on the weekly chart, a little indecisive as well. The sell side, we have sell side down here and down here. So there are going to be sell side targets. And then if we zoom in here, last week I was looking for price to come up into this weekly SIBI. It can still happen. Last week was pretty indecisive. 50% of this lower wick, 50% of this lower wick, pretty much just ping-ponging back and forth between this range. Here on the daily, you can see last week was pretty much a big consolidation. We do have relative lows close to that 50% on that weekly wick. There's also relative lows down here for sell side, so there is a lot of sell side that is built up, but we're currently in this daily SIBI back over here back in March 10th, and we did close in the upper half. So I want to see price just stay in the upper half or higher and not really go for the buy side, because that will indicate more strength. In fact, when we go up to the weekly SIBI, I want to keep an eye on how price performs in this weekly SIBI. Are we just going to stay in the lower half and then we're going to drop lower? Or are we going to trade through it and then come back and use it as inversion? So here's the 4 hours, a little messy, but if you look closely at the last few candles here, we have 1, 2, 3 down candles. And then you can see that this poked underneath just a little bit below this low. So then we started having 2 candles going above these down candles. We have a change in the state of delivery. We are in the upper half of that daily SIBI. So I am pretty hopeful that we're going to be going for these buy side highs right here. And I want to see accelerated movement into the weekly SIBI. Now that's maybe not going to happen on Monday, but I don't know. But overall, I want Monday to close above 50% of this daily SIBI, use it as support, and then I want to look for the buy side above all of these highs and have an accelerated move to that weekly SIBI. But overall, things are kind of hard to say this week for both Nasdaq and S&P 500. So just be very careful as we go into the last week of March. But I hope you guys enjoy. I hope you have some insight. Let me know in the comments if you are seeing something that I'm not seeing. I would love it if we can share some ideas, because you know the market has been really tough these past couple of weeks. Anyways, I hope you will join me tomorrow, Sunday morning, 9:30 for my live stream, just to come hang out as we do some back testing, maybe chat a little bit. You can ask me questions in the chat. But until I see you guys next time, safe trading.